Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Crank 2 High Voltage 2009. This is going to be another David Carradine movie. This movie is nuts. I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this movie. Granted, there are some stupid Tromaville type scenes that don't belong in the movie. For instance, Ron Jeremy and his pals going on strike. Sex worker strike. That didn't belong in the movie. That was kind of dumb. Same thing with the racetrack scene. Enjoy that too much. There's another scene like that. I just can't think of it off the top of my head. And lame scenes aside, doesn't really spoil the movie. I mean, granted, in the middle, I thought the movie started going downhill, but then it starts to pick up again towards the end. So I'm giving it 5 out of 5 stars. I thought it was pretty good. There's lots of violence and nudity in this, by the way. It's about this Chelio guy who's a hitman. He's got some kind of Superman powers. He's able to survive fall from a skyscraper to the concrete, and so the Chinese mob, the triad, scoops him up, and they start trying to harvest his body parts, kind of like the island. Okay, and he's even awake during the operation, just like the island. If you remember that big football dude. So they're operating on his chest. The Chinese guy's like putting his cigarette ashes inside his chest. Kind of thing going on. So there's that. And when they decide to harvest his penis, that's when he starts getting upset. He beats them all up and he escapes. And they put a mechanical heart in place. So there's this cardiologist dude who lost his license. He calls up that dude, asks him what to do. And basically the guy says, you only have 1 hour to live. You got to keep charging your heart with high voltage type stuff. So he does stuff like attaches a car battery to his tongue, stuff like that, crazy stuff. Meanwhile, there's this hot-looking Chinese prostitute who says he's my Kevin Costner. Like, she's got a crush on him, and she follows him around to various places. She's always getting into accidents and stuff. Always getting beat up and stuff. She's the reason to watch, really. Excuse me while I turn off the stove. I don't want to burn my tacos. Hold on. Alright, I wish she would have gotten naked, the Chinese prostitute. But there are a lot of other naked women who look pretty decent. Or half naked. Naked or half naked. Whichever the case may be. The cardiologist is spanking this black prostitute. It looks pretty. Later, David Carradine falls in love with her. Falls for her trap. So, so, so the Mexican mob and the Chinese mob are chasing this Chelio guy. He's looking for to get his heart back. So he's searching all over the place. Later, he finds out from the cardiologist that David Carradine was the one who received his heart transplant. He's like, he plays a 100-year-old Chinese guy. So the cardiologist traps him by sending the black prostitute after him, and in the hopes of, taking out his heart, giving it to Chelio. Meanwhile, Chelio gets into a major battle with the Mexican mafia. That's about it. I mean, did I miss anything? Well, he's got a blondie girlfriend too, but personally, I think they should have used the Chinese prostitute. She's a lot better looking, I guess you might say, and kind of cool. I enjoyed her the most, I think, out of everybody in this movie. There are a lot of racial stereotypes, especially, but that doesn't really detract from the movie at all. I mean, it just makes it all the more campy and weird. So, yeah, I don't know. Some people didn't like the original better. I haven't actually seen the original, so I don't have anything to compare it to. I'm just watching strictly David Carradine movies these days, so. But I did love this flick. I posted the trailer in the description box. Highly recommended, so check it out later.